It is my honor to present to you Mr. Michael Sabia, President and Chief Executive Officer of the Caisse de dépôt et de placement du Québec. Mr. Sabia is an outstanding business leader whose accomplishments have shaped the economic landscape of Quebec and Canada. En tant que président et chef de la direction de la Caisse de dépôt et placement du Québec, M. Sabia est reconnu par sa rigueur et sa détermination. Après avoir aidé la Caisse à surmonter des difficultés découlant de la crise financière, il a su repositionner sa stratégie d'investissement afin de naviguer dans un climat économique changeant. Ses résultats financiers et organisationnels sont effectivement de première classe. Mr. Sabia has been a vocal and passionate proponent of the role of entrepreneurship in Quebec's economic growth. As head of the Caisse de dépôt, he has worked to promote a thriving culture of entrepreneurship in our province, and we are starting to see the results. Before joining the Caisse de dépôt in 2009, Mr. Sabia held a number of leadership positions with Bell Canada Enterprises, including that of President and Chief Executive Officer. In the 1990s, Mr. Sabia occupied various roles with Canadian National Railway, including its Chief Financial Officer. He spent the preceding decade working in the Government of Canada as Director General at the Department of Finance and Deputy Secretary in the Privy Council. During this period, he played an instrumental role in shaping government priorities and in planning for economic and tax policy. M. Sabia est bachelier en économie et en politique de l'Université de Toronto. Il détient aussi des diplômes d'études supérieures en économie et politique de l'Université Yale. For our students graduating today, Mr. Sabia is an exceptional role model. In addition to his remarkable work ethic and creativity, Mr. Sabia also has an exemplary record of community leadership. He served as Honorary Chairman of the Bal du Centre hospitalier universitaire de Québec. He led the fundraising campaign for Maison Saint Gabriel, a Montreal museum and historic site. And Mr. Sabia has also co-chaired campaigns for the Montreal Heart Institute Foundation and Centraide of Greater Montreal. Mr. Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate and the Board of Governors, it is my privilege and honor to present to you Mr. Michael Sabia so that you may confer upon him the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
Now, Dr. Sabia will give you his convocation address. Dr. Sabia.
Mesdames, Messieurs, merci beaucoup, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much and good afternoon. First, of course, I'd like to thank Concordia for this honor that I very, very much appreciate. Et bien sûr, permettez-moi de vous féliciter, vous les diplômés. Contrairement à moi, vous méritez vraiment votre diplôme. Je suis tout de même très heureux d'avoir cette occasion de partager quelques réflexions avec vous en cette journée qui est véritablement la vôtre. En pensant à notre rencontre cet après-midi, j'ai regardé quelques discours qui avaient été prononcés par des personnes de tous les horizons et j'ai constaté qu'on pouvait classer les récipiendaires en 3 grandes catégories. So 3 broad categories. The first, people who get these honorary degrees, is the celebrity guest. Usually a comedian or a movie star who brings glamour to the proceedings. Well, as you can see, that's clearly not my category. And because I didn't have the good fortune of attending Concordia, I don't fall into the second category, which is the old girl or old boy, a past student of the school, usually someone no one knows from a time no one remembers, imparting wisdom that basically no one will follow. So that left the third category. Someone who's got to that stage of life where they've managed to convince themselves, and probably only themselves, that they've had a fascinating career that can be distilled into unforgettable, precious pearls of wisdom. Well, I guess uncomfortably that's where I fit in these three categories, but frankly, today I don't want to talk about me. I want to talk about you and the world you're entering, a world that needs your talents, skills, and your imagination. I want to focus on the importance of doing real things, building real businesses, and therefore making a real difference. Because somewhere in the last couple of decades, I think we've lost our way. Our financial system used to be the handmaiden of the industrial economy, the circulatory system, if you will. Its job was to help people do real things. But then something happened. The financial system stopped being a means to an end and became an end in itself. It started being about itself. Now, some people call this financialization, the growing scale and power of the financial sector compared to the rest of the economy. The United States, for example. The financial sector is now more than twice the size it's been historically. Financial sector profits now represent a quarter of total corporate profits. Twice their average level in the 40 years between 1950 and 1990. Now, having said that, let me be very clear. There are a lot of good people, very good people, doing important work in the field of finance. Finance is indispensable to our economic well-being. That said, we all remember the mind-numbing products that contributed to the financial crisis of 2008. Collateralized debt obligations, synthetic default swaps, CMBS, RMBS, subprime, and even ninja mortgages. Même en étant conscient des ravages causés par la crise financière, il y a encore beaucoup trop de gens qui, au lieu de produire du concret, consacrent temps et énergie à concevoir de nouvelles abstractions financières. Il s'agit d'instruments financiers complexes dont très peu de gens saisissent la structure ou la portée. Pourquoi est-ce que c'est un problème? 3 raisons. Premièrement, ça crée une économie dont l'utilité se résume à faire de l'argent avec de l'argent. On effectue des transactions, on brasse du papier sans créer un emploi, un produit ou un service qui ait une utilité quelconque pour les gens. Donc rien de durable au plan économique et social. Deuxièmement, toute cette ingénierie financière qui tient presque de la magie draine des ressources et du talent qui pourraient être employés de façon beaucoup plus productive. Pensons plutôt à investir dans la science et la technologie d'avant-garde ou dans les projets qui créent les emplois et qui favorisent la croissance de l'économie réelle. Every graduate from a business school like this who works on some exotic new financial product is a graduate that's not creating the next Tesla or Shopify or Apple, or who's not helping to grow Bombardier, SNC-Lavalin, or Canadien National. The money and time invested in some new synthetic financial product is money and time that are not being invested in extending the battery life of electric cars or discovering better ways to deliver vaccines. Third, this financialization is impairing our ability to think long-term and to tackle big, complex issues. The focus on high yields and quick returns has become not just an operating principle for businesses, it's become a mindset for our society, impeding progress on some of the most important challenges we face. Vous pourriez penser que ceci ne vous concerne pas, mais en tant que nouveau diplômé, vous êtes directement interpellé par cette question, parce que votre éducation vous place dans une position privilégiée, avec des talents et des connaissances que la majorité des gens ne possèdent pas. Évidemment, c'est à vous de choisir comment vous allez utiliser vos compétences. Vous pouvez vous joindre à ceux qui consacrent leur vie à faire bouger de l'argent virtuellement, qui génèrent des profits sans produire quoi que ce soit. C'est une avenue qui s'offre à vous. Alternatively, you can use your talents and training to contribute in ways that build something real. By getting involved in businesses that are developing ways to produce energy that don't degrade the planet, powering cars without fossil fuels, moving people around great cities, unlocking the information in our genes. You can build companies that develop applications that solve real problems for real people, that respond to customer needs, that improve their experience or boost their productivity, that create whole new markets. You can find creative ways to finance urban transit systems, bridges, and airports that are so important in today's competitive world. Or you can think up ways to invest pension assets for the long-term health of companies and countries. The point is simply this: you can make a difference by doing something real, by channeling your talents into the real economy. And ladies and gentlemen, if you do, our economy will be sounder, our society will be stronger, and I believe your own lives will be richer. So, go build something real. And with that, I wish you all good things.
Well, I've known Michael for quite a few years. I've observed him from up close, and I think you'll all agree with me that he is highly deserving of this accolade that we've given him today. Throughout his career, Michael has contributed his resources, his time, his unbounded energy, the influence that he was lent to promote business and social entrepreneurship amongst young Canadians so that they can, each and every one of them, build real things, develop real things, and genuinely touch people's lives in a positive way for those that decide a life of social entrepreneurship. Michael, tu es un modèle de service public, de leadership en affaires et d'engagement communautaire dont l'exemple sera inspiré nos gradués d'aujourd'hui à Concordia. And on their behalf, thank you, Michael, for your stimulating and inspiring message to the John Molson's graduating class. I'm sure they all appreciate it.